Navigation resumed.
Big Asian guy, how are you? Good to see you. You know you're a big Asian guy, didn't you? What style of Asian are you? Chinese. Never heard it quite put with that accent before. Oh, I'm not speaking Chinese. Where are you from? Australia. Hang out, mate. Yeah, you hang out, boy. And you're a big fan of meat? Or... Not according to his shirt, it says fucking meat. I didn't... Put it on there, right? Look at me sideways, alright. Now what's your name? Peter, for sure, absolutely. And your girlfriend? That's Wong. This is Wong. Do you have a Chinese name, Peter? Don't fucking lie to me, Peter. I don't believe you. Where are your parents from? From where? Tanshan? Well, let me tell you something. The Tanshan is building right now if you don't tell me your Chinese name. There's no way your parents went, that's a baby Peter. Listen, Peter. You know what I mean? Like, family name is Todd. His name's P. Peter. Peter, look now, Fanny. Philo, Peter. It's fucked up that I said that, Peter. I'm sorry. And that's your lovely lady with the ears. Married, engaged. Engaged. Congratulations. When are you guys doing that? You don't know? No rush? She's like, no. Fuck that. How long have you guys been together for? 4 years? Are you waiting to get to 8? Because that's a lucky number in Chinese. Is that what it is? I'm right, night, and good. Ain't no hurry. Next one is what I want about. And how did you meet? And by meet, I mean. How did you get together? Work. That's nice. How old are you, Peter? 28. Well, don't rush into the marriage. 28. You too? 28 is also same. That's nice. You gonna knock her up at some point, Peter? You think, little half Asian baby? That's what I'm talking about, buddy. I have a daughter. I like her. She's not here. You don't have to know. I mean, she'll watch this at some point. There's kids. You have kids. You too much back. No. Good furry area, and I like being a dad. My daughter's good. She's 2. She's really pretty. I say that like. Let me clear something up. If I had a fucked up little kid, I would be the first to tell you. You know what I mean? I'd be like, yeah, I got a little girl. Fingers crossed she grows out of it, you know? But I'm honest. Like, I hate when people tell you how cute their kid is, and then you see their kid, like, what the fuck is that? You know what I mean? Like, my kid's, oh, what did you Google a platypus before you showed me your kid? What is that? Not every kid's cute. I mean, they're sweet, but they, you look at a kid like, I saw a cute baby in the mall the other day, but just a giant head on this kid. Just, like, I can tell, like, you can hold that shit up, you know? Just a big head on that baby. I hope he grows into that thing, you know? Like, And especially in America, it's even worse because Americans don't give a shit. They'll just say whatever they want to. At least in Australia, I'm like, I don't know what's happening to mate. Holding on a bit like a kangaroo. Yeah, mate, all right. What'd you say? Nothing. Hello, American. Yeah. No worries. I'm a healthy child. Yeah, all right. Yeah. Let me give you a carrot. They gotta deal with other people. When my ex-wife was pregnant, we were in the mall one time. This girl walks up to my ex-wife and goes, "Oh my God, you're pregnant." She pointed at her stomach like we didn't know where she was pregnant. You know what I mean? Like, "Oh my God, you're pregnant? That's a miracle. You have a miracle growing inside of you." I hate when people say shit is a miracle. It's not a miracle when a woman gets pregnant. It's a blessing. It's not a miracle. Especially when my ex-wife got pregnant. She's Latina. I'm Indian. How hard do you think it was to get pregnant? You know what I mean? You got the two most fertile humans on the planet. We never even had sex. I just sent her a text one day. I'm coming home. I just saw coming. I think when people say shit, it's a miracle. It's not a miracle. It'd be a miracle if I was in the wrong hole. That's a miracle. You know what I mean? Oh my God, you're pregnant? That's a miracle. It is a miracle. I was in her ass. This is the most determined child you've ever seen. Do you know how much shit this kid's been through? I like being a dad. Having a little girl makes you a daddy. I know you're Chinese, so I probably want a boy, but I don't make up these things, all right? Just going by what I understand. And they get to this age where they repeat everything. Literally, you know, people warn me about that. It goes, and watch what you say, because they're going to repeat everything. No, they don't. And I forgot that I have a foul mouth, you know what I mean? I forgot about some of the things I do when I'm alone in the car. You know, when I was driving to pick up my daughter a few weeks ago, I was playing NWA on the way there. And you know, because it's so old school, just I wasn't thinking about what they were saying. I was just thinking about the memories it brought back for me, you know, the late 80s. You know, all these things. I wasn't thinking about what they were saying. And I pick up my daughter in the car, and I don't sing along completely because I don't really know the words to everything. You just sing along and you hear the part. You know, and anyway, I got to this part of the song, and I was like, I'm just driving. You'll get that 5-0 double up, nigga. And then 2 seconds later from the back seat I hear, no. And I'm trying to flush her memory. I'm like, potato, baby. Say potato. What? Potato, nigga. I can't return her to her mother full of filth. Is that your wife or your girlfriend? Girlfriend. That's how long you've been together for? A couple years. Probably you thinking about locking her down, or you're just gonna waste her time? English guys. Why are you sweating right now? For no reason. She seems like a lovely lady, and you seem to still like each other. You know. Look at them. They're engaged. They've been together 4 years. They're still holding hands. Huh? Look at that. That's cute. It is the t-shirt. But she's not grabbing his meat. She's holding his hand. You know what I mean? She's not like this. Oh, Peter. Yeah, you know, she's not. Just holding his hand. Who has kids? You have kids, sir? Older guy? I mean, older with respect, not like, oh, fucking old. I mean, you're obviously older than me, unless you just aged horribly. You know what I mean? What's your name, sir? Al. And who are you here with, Al? Your family? Is any of those your kids? Your wife and your son? And daughter or daughter-in-law? Which one? Daughter-in-law. Yep. That's your wife, son? Hello? so shifty-eyed for
turn
it?
right.
That would have been great if you weren't chubby when you did that, you know what I mean? It's like, and then a big sweat stain right there. Great, that's going to be on film forever. When you're your dad's age, what the fuck was I thinking? How old are you, Dad? 62. You look great for 62. You look good shit for 42, but you look good for 62. I wasn't expecting 62. That's good. And were you in the room when he was born? Yep. Let me tell you something, guys. If you ever have kids, when your wife goes into labor, do your best to not be there. Like, be in the vicinity. You could be in the hospital. You know, you can make her think you're in the room. Like, you know, do some sort of voice note on your phone and push, honey, push, and then hit repeat and loop, and then. But when she's giving birth, don't go in that room because women get crazy. They say the meanest shit to you, don't they? Because they're in pain. They feel that pain, and then they start thinking, "You're the fucking reason for this pain." I hate you with everything in me right now. They just get mean, don't they? Here's the problem: is that women think that men don't think that giving birth hurts. Of course it hurts. It has to hurt. I've had shits that hurt. I can only imagine. It would hurt when you're squeezing a human out of you. But that's part of the deal, ladies, and I'm not trying to downplay how painful it is. It's extreme pain. I can only imagine, you know? But the positive side to the pain of giving birth is that it's physical pain, which means it'll go away eventually.
Then turn right.
6-7 weeks later, your vagina will snap back together. You'll forget all about it. You'll be walking around, you'll stub your toe, you'll be like, ow, my toe! Like, what about your vagina? Fuck that, my toe hurts. Physical pain is the best pain you could hope for. I used to box, and I would get black eyes and headaches, but after a couple of days it would go away. I'm not comparing boxing to your box. I'm just saying that physical pain goes away. Because when you're giving birth, all you really need to do, ladies, is lean back, focus on squeezing this person out of you. You don't have to see what we saw in that fucking room. We can't unsee it. 6-7 weeks later, your vagina's okay. The rest of my life is fucked. It's been 26 years. You think Al's forgotten? He's not forgotten shit. I'm scared to go down on chicks to this day. It's been 2 years. I'm scared. I'm jabbing my way in. I'm like. It's the worst thing you could ever see, isn't it, Al? It's like watching your favorite restaurant burn down. I mean, they'll rebuild it, you know. But I'm not eating there again. Fuck that, you know. That menu's different. Put a drive-through in there now. Mexicans working in the back. Is he a good kid, Al? Absolutely. Was he a smart child? He was always. That's your dad really loves you. Because my dad would be like, this guy's a fucking idiot. You know what I mean? Like that. Either your dad does. Either he loves you a lot, or he can't stand you and he doesn't want us to know, you know what I mean? Indian dads will say, this guy's a fucking idiot. Do you love him? Of course I love him, that's my job. But what a fucking idiot. An absolute idiot. My daughter's pretty smart. I'm impressed by her. She's only 2 and she's already speaking Spanish and English, which is impressive to me. I wanted her to learn Spanish first because, first of all, she's half Latina, and we live in California, so, you know, I wanted to at least know the language of California. very helpful language in California. I mean, you go to a restaurant, you want your car back from valet, you want to know like what to say, you know what I mean? So you know what I did? I told my ex-wife's family, they're from Ecuador, I said, do me a favor, please only speak to the day Spanish. They're like, no problem. Hey, do you want us to teach her English too? I got this. Last thing I want is my daughter being born in America and sounding like an immigrant, you know? Dad, you coming over? No, sweetheart, no Jews are coming over. Not unless my agent calls. And when you do have kids, trust me on this one. Buy your children, buy your babies, buy them educational toys. Best thing you could do. Because they start learning really young. I bought my daughter this toy, and you push the color, and it says the color. It'll push it, it'll be like, it'll push yellow, and it'll be like, yellow, green, blue. But the cool thing in America is all the educational toys have a switch from English to Spanish. I flicked all her toys to Spanish. Now I'm learning Spanish too. Who's thinking I am? Now when she pushes it, it goes, amarillo, verde, azul. Now I know how to say yellow, green, and blue in Spanish, but only like an opera singer. Let me tell you what this backfired on me. A few weeks ago, I was in LA. I needed some yellow paint. I went to Home Depot, and I walked in, and there was a Mexican guy working inside.
Navigation resumed.
Inside Home Depot. So that's progress. Thank you, Mr. Obama. And I knew he was Mexican. First of all, it's LA. Secondly, his back was facing me. He was 5'4", had a giant head. There's no neck. It looked like a rock'em sock'em robot that hadn't been punched in the stomach. And he turned around. His name was Juan. You know what I mean? And Juan, and he had the little Mexico flag right there. And when I see people, and I can tell what their comfort language is, I always like to try and greet them in that language for two reasons. So that way, first, they think I speak their bullshit, and that way they won't try and rip me off. And secondly, you know, it makes them feel comfortable right away. And when I do say something in your language, I try to say it the best way I can so you really believe I speak your language. But the minute you reply, I get all fucked up because I've run out of words. So I see him and I go,
Navigation resumed.
He's like, hola. And I'm like, alrighty then. Listen, I make it look like we need to go back to English, you know, because you're at work and we need to keep it professional. Shades of gray and shades of white. No, yellow. See, mira, yellow. I don't want it gray and white, shades of gray and shades of white. No, just say yellow, mira, yellow, yellow. No, that's not yellow, yellow. That's fucking gray and white, Juan. Yellow, mira, yellow, ice, ice. I don't care what your favorite song is right now. I just want yellow paint. See, mira, yellow, ice, ice. I didn't know that yellow meant ice in Spanish. I didn't know that. That's not on the toy.
Navigation resumed.
So I get in this big argument with the guy. I'm like, no, that's fucking ice, Juan. Yellow. See, mira, yellow. Stop saying mira, yellow. This is not yellow. Mira, yellow, ice. Stop saying yellow ice. I don't want yellow ice. That's disgusting, first of all. I just want yellow. Mira, yellow. Stop saying mira, yellow. Yellow, yellow. No say, no say. Stop. Fuck. What do you say then? No say. Turns out he had the same toy at home. He goes, oh, you mean yellow? I want to be strict, you know. I want to be strict with my daughter. She's only 2, so I can't really gauge how I'm going to be with her yet. I want to be like my parents, but not as crazy. Because Indian parents are a little crazy with their kids, you know. I want to be like a white parent. I love watching white people talk to their kids. White parents have this way of speaking to their children like they're humans. It's beautiful to watch, you know? But I think white parents, I can't be as lenient as a white parent, because white parents, you take it a little too far, you know? Like, you give your kids options. They're a fucking kid, they shouldn't have any options. I was in the mall the other day, I saw a white lady in the food court, and she said to her 5-year-old son, she goes, "Sweetheart, what do you want to eat for dinner?" The kid goes, "I don't know." "Okay, well, when you figure it out, you let mommy know and I'll make it for you, okay?" She asked a 5-year-old what he wanted to eat. Not, do you want this or this? What? He could have said, I want shoes. I want to eat a pair of shoes. She would have had to make him a pair of shoes. I can't even comprehend, like, I grew up in an immigrant house. Let me tell you something, in an immigrant house, mom does not, there's no dinner for the adults and dinner for the children. Mom does not care what the fucking kids like. Mom does not cook for the kids. Mom cooks for dad. Whatever dad liked is what you were eating for dinner. That's the way it worked. It doesn't matter what your dad liked, that's what you were having for dinner. It turns out my dad used to love molten hot plates of lava. I was the only 5-year-old farting fire at 5. They used to call me dragon ass at school. But white parents explain things to their kids, you know? They do. They take the time to do that. That's nice. Indian parents, they're the worst. If they don't want you to do something, they will make up the most insane story as to why you shouldn't do something and scare you into not ever thinking about doing it. And you don't think your parents are creative, so they couldn't be making that up. That must have happened, you know? I'll give you an example. I grew up just outside of Toronto, a small town called Brampton, and B-Town represent. And I grew up in these townhouses, and all the driveways were attached in the townhouses. And at the edge of the driveway was a road, a major road where all the cars can drive. We were obviously not allowed to play on the road. We were only allowed to play on the driveways, for obvious reasons.
Navigation
Now this was the
resumed.
white lady next door telling her son not to play on the road. "Sweetheart, mommy doesn't want you to play on the road." "Why not?" "'Cause it's not safe." So you can get hurt." "I don't care." "Well, I do." "So? If you get hurt, you'll make mommy sad. Do you want to make mommy sad?" "No." "Well, then be a good boy and play in the driveway." "Okay." "I love you." It was so good, she explained it to him. She told him why he shouldn't do it. She gave him the consequences as to what could happen. He had all the information he needed to not play on the road. And you know what? He didn't play on the road. Not my dad. This is my dad telling me the same thing. Russell!
Navigation resumed.
Don't go on the road. You'll get hit by the car and you'll break apart. Not I might get hit by a car. No, I will get hit by the car. Apparently there's only one car in my neighborhood, and I was going to get hit by it, and I was gonna break apart.
Navigation
How the
resumed.
fuck do you break apart? When I was a kid, I thought I was made out of Lego because I was gonna break apart one day. They scare you into not doing things. I don't have any tattoos. I think that's because my dad scared me into not having. You have a tattoo and you'll find out. That's how you get hepatitis. Do you want hepatitis? No? Then don't get a fucking tattoo. You have any tattoos, Al? No. You know why? Because you're from the generation. I'm not saying I'm from your generation, but my generation emulated yours a little bit. Your generation, am I lying? You had to earn tattoos. You never just went and got one blindly, did they? No. The only time, when I was a kid, the only people I saw with tattoos were old white guys, and they would have like a fucked up looking anchor on their forearm. Wouldn't even look like an anchor. It would look like a check mark. You know what I mean? Like he got it when they hit some rough water. It was like, oh, and then. When I was a kid, tattoos meant something. Now it doesn't mean shit. Everybody goes and gets one. It equals nothing to me anymore. somebody and you could tell by what their tattoo was and where it was, what kind of person they were. Like if you saw somebody with a neck tattoo, you were like, that's a crazy son of a bitch right there. And they'd always have something crazy on their neck. FTW, fuck the world. And then they would have a teardrop tattoo, you know? What's a teardrop for? I killed a motherfucker. And I couldn't cry my own
Navigation
tears.
resumed. In 200 meters, turn right.
Don't you quit on me. Now it doesn't matter where the tattoo is or what it is. You got these little emo kids with skinny jeans and life is difficult tattooed on their neck and real tears running down his face.
Navigation resumed.
Why are you crying? People get crazy. They do the sleeve now. What's I got a sleeve. I did my whole arm. That's cool right now. In 10 years, you're going to regret it. It's like having an Ed Hardy shirt on for the rest of your life. Sorry, Lebanese people. No worries, mate. I'll get harder. You gotta think, I see your tattoo, sweetheart. I see it. You look upset that I'm talking about tattoos, but what is that on your arm? What did you get? A nautical star that says, dream big, work hard. When you say it out loud, do you see how ridiculous that is? Do you see? I'm just saying, maybe on the way to the tattoo shop, you should have said it out loud a few times. You have 5 tattoos? What was your first one? You've got one. What is it? It's what? Musical note? Is it on your back or is it a tramp stamp? What is it? Is it a... You should put it like right at the base of your back. You can put a bass clef, you know, like... Is it a treble clef? Bass clef? What is it? Treble clef. Are you a singer? Tattoo, don't they? What'd you get? I got a dolphin on me.
Turn left.
You gotta think about the future. When you're 80 years old, that dolphin's gonna look like a can of tuna. That treble clef's gonna look like a fucking teardrop on your ass. Your nautical compass is gonna be all out of whack. It used to point north, now just everything goes south. What does it say? True. You gotta think about the future. Nobody thinks about getting old anymore. When I was your age, how old are you? 19? What the fuck? You haven't even had skin long enough. At least have skin for at least 20 years before you start fucking it up. You know what I mean? Because then again, you're young. You're not thinking about the future. I'm glad I never got any tattoos because after 40 your skin doesn't snap back the way it does right now. Like your skin after 40 is literally like finding your favorite pair of underwear from like 5 years ago. You go, oh my god, I still have these, and you pull the waist and it goes and it doesn't snap back, you know? And you're like, wow, my favorite underwear is now my favorite dusting cloth. This is perfect, you know? You gotta think, I see, buddy, you got a sleeve, you got all kinds of weird shit going on over there. What is that? What do you got there? What was your first tattoo there? Too many tats? What is that? A dragon, because you have bad breath, or... What made you get a dragon? You're not, obviously not Chinese or something. You like dragons? You know they're not real, right? You should have like a tank or something, you know what I mean? Like something that describes where you're from, you know? Like a fake set of bombs strapped to your arm, you know what I mean? Like, look at the Asian guys, they're so stupid. It's Dragon. Hey, Dragon off! Just saying,
Keep
think
right,
about the future.
then
Why do you have a
turn
dragon?
right.
Were you born year of the dragon? Or? Dragons are more in tune with you than Asian, so I'm not really mad at you for having that. Women get cute tattoos. They always look the same and shit. There was a girl on my show. What do you got? She goes,
I got one here, and I got one here, and I got stuff on my back.
I got stuff on my back too. I wax it off. What do you got on your back? She goes,
Scriptures. I have scriptures written all over my back.
she had scriptures written all over her back. Who is that for? The guy fucking her, that's who it's for! I don't know about you, but the first time I bone this chick, I don't want to flip her over and the Bible staring me in the fucking face. You know what I mean? Yeah, baby, turn over. What the fuck? Oh my God, I'm gonna come. Give me your face. Why are you coming in my face? Because I don't want to come on Jesus. It's really uncomfortable. My mom's sitting right there, and I just did that. Sorry, Mom. It's your fault. I didn't know these words. She bought me an educational toy. I'm jealous of tattoos. That's my real problem with tattoos. I'll be honest with you. Because, first of all, you can't get a tattoo after 40. You look like you're going through some sort of midlife crisis. You look like an idiot getting a tattoo after 40. And the other reason is, I'm a hairy Indian. I don't have the real estate for a tattoo. You know what I mean? What am I gonna get? A tiger peering through the hair on my chest? You know? Girls are gonna like, oh my God, the grass looks so real. Megan, come here, look. It's got like a 3D, HD. Oh my God, yeah, you can feel it. It's like grass. How old are you, kid? You look young. 15, that's an awkward age, right? But don't get any tattoos. You're only 15. Don't do what she did at 15 or whatever the fuck she was. She's only 19, so I mean, I don't know when you got in trouble with. How old are you? You got in trouble with? 8, 9, 10. In 1 year, she got 5 tattoos. No regard for them. You seem like a nice brown kid. Don't fuck this up. You're 15. You're in your prime whacking years. Just enjoy that. You know what I mean? It's okay, buddy. We've all been there. You know what I mean? Who's that with you? Is that your dad? Your uncle? Hey, uncle. How old are you, uncle? 34. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, uncle. You know what I mean? asleep like a fucking gentleman. You know what I mean? Problem is, after 40, you get tired way easier. Do you know how many nights I've had it happen where I put my laptop on my chest and I fall asleep with my dick in my hand just while the movie was loading, while the movie didn't get started. And the only reason I wake up is because the heat from my laptop is burning my chest. I'm on fire! Oh. I grew up like an immigrant, and even though I was not an immigrant in Canada, I felt like an immigrant. And then I moved to the States 7 years ago and actually became an immigrant. It's kind of a weird process. You know, being a Canadian living in America, yeah, 3 Canadians, good. No, 1 Canadian flag. Good deal. Hold that up. We're going to shot of it. Don't you want that on fucking DVD? That's right. That's what it looks like. That's our flag. A leaf. Symbol of strength and fall. The immigrant experience is a lot harder than you think it is, you know. You really got to give your parents props if they came from another country to here or wherever they went to. They really took a chance. My parents left India in 1965 and they moved straight from India to Toronto, which is where I was born and raised by wolves. And I don't know how thick my dad's accent was when he moved to Canada, but it never got thinner. In the 40 years he was alive there. My dad had this ability to give everything an accent.
Keep left.
Everything, it doesn't matter what it was. And not words, any immigrant could come up with words. My dad fucking sounds. One time my dad's car broke down, he calls me and goes, "Son, the car is broken down." I go, "What happened?" "I don't know." "Well, what's wrong with the car?" If I knew that, I'd be a mechanic. What the hell's a mechanic? The bastard that fixes the car. Oh, I think you mean mechanic. Don't be stupid. There is no K in it. That's how you can tell. You can tell how Indian somebody is by how many fingers they point with. I was born in North America, 1 finger. You. People from India, 4 fingers to point at one thing. Just see these monsters. See. Just see. See everybody. See. See. See, in India, this makes total sense. Because there's so many people there, you can't pinpoint shit. Where is he? There. See, there. I don't know, you're pointing at 4 things right now. There. What do you, stop saying there. Where? There. Stop, you're saying there more times. Where? In that vicinity. That particular crowd of people. They say things in India that make total sense in India, but make no sense outside of India. Like, I'll give you an example. Last year, I was in India. I went to visit my uncle in Bombay, which was his apartment. And I was like, "Oh, hey, uncle, this is a new place. Did you move?" He goes, "Yeah, son, a few years back, we shifted."
Keep right. Then turn right.
He said they shifted. They don't say they moved in India. You moved? No, son, we shifted. A few years back, we shifted to this place. They shifted. You can't use that outside of India. Imagine if you're moving to what are you doing? Shifting. Just stop it, you shifty bastard. What's wrong with it? Shifting. But that makes total sense in India, shifting, doesn't it? Because there's so many people there, you can't fucking move. You just kind of shift. Hey, did you just move to here? Recently I shifted to here, yes. Just shifted. So I say to my dad, "What were you doing when your car broke down?" "I was making the turn." You were making the turn?
We have arrived.
Even though we were on the phone, I knew he went. If you're Indian your whole life, you know the pauses on the phone are... So what do you mean you were making the turn? Were you creating the turn? "I was not creating the turn. the turn was there, I was making it. So the turn existed when you got there. Of course it existed. How else would I have made it? Well, who made it? I don't know who made it, but I was making it. So was it made or were you making it? Don't you question me, you bastard! When you get an Indian father mad, the go-to is, you bastard! They would call, my dad would call me a bastard. That doesn't make any sense. You bastard! My dad, I can't be a bastard. You're my dad. Am I?
Navigation resumed.
Am I? Were you there when it happened? He would get so mad, he would call me a son of a bitch in front of my mom. You son of a bitch! My mom would be like, Eric, not you, honey, obviously. The proverbial bitch that's out there. He's not your child or my child. He's the bastard son of that son of a bitch. He's a bastard bitch. I knew how to get him riled up. So, Dad, did you create this turn or was it made when you got there? It was made. I did not create it. I was making it. You can't make something that was already made. I did not make it. I was not making it. I was making it. By extending the word make does not mean you made it, Dad. You want to get an Indian person upset and tell them they did something illegal. Dad, was this legal? Of course it was legal! It was totally legal! I was at an intersection. I put on my indicator. Did your indicator work? And this is where my dad screws up the sound. It was working just fine. Talk, 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 talk. I go, what the hell is that noise? That's my indicator. Talk, 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 talk. Why does your indicator have an accent? You know it's not an indicator, right? That's what it's doing. What are you hearing? All right, then what happened? Then I proceeded to the turn. Suddenly, the engine went. Your engine did what? Your engine. Let me get this straight. Your indicator went talk, 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 and then your engine went gada, 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 gada. Right. Dad, your car is an illegal immigrant. Thank you very much, Sydney. You guys were awesome. Yeah. And now, Oreo. You're from Russia? No, I love you. I want you to have. I want you. Please enjoy. Please, please. Where are you guys from? UK. UK. I'm fine, thank you. But where are you from? Where are you from?
You don't like that. I'm from Russia.
You're from Russia? That's okay. I'm not Ukrainian. It's fine. You can be Russian. I don't give a shit. And you're from the UK?
London.
Good, London. And you? Dubai. No, I thought I looked at you. Yeah. Look like a bootleg Dubai. Maybe like the Karama version of Dubai. I don't know. What's your name, Russian guy? Your name? Tim. Tim. Timur. Timur.
I actually also from Dubai, but
I know you all think you're from Dubai, but if you don't have an Emirati passport, you're just visiting like the rest of us. What are you doing out here, Tim? What made you invade? I mean, come here.
you're having a good time.
You're having a good time. You living out here, or you live out here?
Yeah.
Is your hearing bad? forefront and the fucking explosions got to you? I don't know what he said. Do you know that brown kid beside you? That one there? Do you know him? Just checking. I mean, it's Dubai. Everybody owns an Indian somehow. I don't know. We all I don't know if there was a Groupon or something, but...
Navigation resumed.
Well, it's nice to see white people, at least, you know, and then people in white. I don't like the term. I want to let you guys know. What's your name, English guy? Martin. Right. To be honest with you, Martin, you sound like a bit of a cunt. I say it with respect, mate. All right?
Keep left. Then
And
turn
who's
left.
the ginger bastard with you? Hey, the big guy's like, thank God the heat's off me. It's better to get it first and the rest of them take it after, you know what I mean? It's your boss? Oh, nice. Are you the boss? He's like, I don't want to. Are you Arab, sir? No, where are you? You're from Pakistan, so you're Indian. Listen, if you did some DNA tracing. White person, your body will remind you. You know what I mean? Like you, sweetheart. You're very fair skinned, right? But I bet you your nipples are chocolatey as fuck. You know what I mean? Like, just, you know what I mean? Like, show me one real quick. Just one. It's not for me. It's for science. It's for science. I don't want to see like sexually. somebody just got the joke. Backstage, we're like, there might be a delay with the translation. I know the delay was gonna be fucking 2 days later. I didn't know that. I got kids. You got kids? Timur? How many you got? 4. Jesus. You're just like the Russians. You won't pull out of anything. Okay, your pussy is your brain, okay? I will not pull out. Four from one woman? One woman? Nice, congrats. It's honorable, because I have 4 kids. But I only made 2 of them. I made 2, and then my wife, she has her own 2 that she made before me, because, you know, she's like... kidding, she's here. Babe, I love you, don't leave me. I don't know where they put my wife, but...
Then turn right.
hopefully not near an exit road. I got 2 kids that I made, but like I said, Mohammed, I grew up with Jamaicans, and so I got some good habits and some bad habits. I got rhythm, but then I got bad habits. So I got 2 kids from 2 different women. Thanks, Jamaicans. And both my kids are mixed. Both my kids are half Hispanic. So the Hispanic people here tonight, Spanish speaking, you know. Where are you guys from? Mexico. How the fuck did you end up here? How many walls did you want to hop? Jesus Christ, I mean. Mira, we'll hop a wall, and then we'll end up with Walid. Are you from Mexico? Huevo. Your huevos are from Mexico? Congrats on your huevos. Yeah, I got 2 half Hispanic kids. But when you have mixed kids, I want you to know something. Was your wife Russian? No, what is she? Ukraine. That's basically... So I really wasn't wrong from the beginning at all, was that? Baby, this move is called Chicken Kiev. So that's not really, I mean, to you it's mixed, but not, you know, really. Here's the thing, Mike. When you have mixed kids, you'll know this to be true. Oh, there's a couple right there. I can see that that's clearly not the same 2 people. Where are you from, sir? South Africa. You're from people. What are you?
Keep
Chinese.
left.
Oh, wow, look at that.
Then turn
Who would have
left.
thought? And what's your name, sweetheart? Christine? Sure, yeah. No, I looked at you, I was like, that's fucking Christine, for sure. That's... Where are your parents from, Christine? Hong Kong. Oh, yeah, it's a pretty popular name. Christine. Do you have a Chinese name as well, Christine? What is it? What is it? Mo Fin? Isn't that what they give you when you're in the hospital? We have to give you morphine. She's in so much pain. She needs morphine. And what's your family name? Wong, so you're Wong Morphine? We gave the Wong Morphine. That's a lawsuit. Is that your husband, South Africa? fight genetics. My son is Mexican as hell. Here's how Mexican my son is. What's your name, Mexican guys? Jorge? Jorge and Javier. Jorge and Javi. Here's how Mexican my son is. Like I said, I live in Los Angeles. I have a pool in my backyard. And I have a fence around my pool. And, yeah. He's halfway up the fucking thing already. I pulled him up. You know what he tried to do? Dig underneath. I go, what are you doing? My little chaporito. And then my wife is Filipina, and which is kind of awkward walking around the UAE with an Indian husband and a Filipino wife. Everyone thinks the driver's fucking the daddy. She out there? Do you know where she is? Oh, she's over there? Get a shot of her so they can see that she's a real person. Babe, where are you? Stand up. Look her. There she is. That's her. That's the one I bought. Anyway, she has 2 daughters. And those are my daughters now. Her dad wasn't exactly active, right?
Navigation resumed.
We can't have stools like this in my house. My wife's like, so. Baby, where did that stool go? Here it is. I'm kidding. She's tight. She's tight. How old are your kids? They're 10. 11, 6, 4, and 3 months. Spaces. Just brushing past you. Nice. Congrats. And where's your wife? I guess with the 3-month-old up. Like, you have the baby, you stay home. Did you come with Mark? Not come with Mark, because obviously, judging by your track record, if you did come with Martin, he'd be pregnant. How old are you, Timmy? 39. God damn. 39 and 4 kids. I'm 53 now. That's no, it's not. It's nothing to woo about. It's I'm getting old. How old are you? So are you old or no? 36. Yeah, no, you're only 2 years older than my career. That's not old to me. That was still the good old days for me if you're 36. older and young people bother you, you know? Like, I used to think millennials were assholes. Because I'm Gen X. That's what I guess my title would be, Gen X. And then the millennials came along, we're like, fuck you, millennials. And the millennials were like, what's your problem, dude? We're just the next generation. Why do you gotta be all old and, you don't understand? I'm like, we understand. There's gonna be someone that come along and fuck with you. No, they won't. We're gonna be understanding. Then Gen Z showed up, and the millennials like, what the fuck is their problem? Like, it's inevitable as you get older, the next generation below you is going to annoy you. I remember when I was in my early 20s, a guy in his 50s came up and said, your generation sucks, your music is trash, you haven't contributed to this world, I can't wait for life to kick you in the nuts. And I remember looking at him and thinking in my head, fuck you, you old bastard. You're just old and forgot how to enjoy life. When I get into my 50s, I'll never be like you. It's inevitable. You don't want to be like that, but you just can't help it, you know? We're talking to young people, and you're like, yeah, have a young person talk to you, like, just shut the fuck up. They won't want to tell you that, hey, did you know you can shut the fuck up? Did you know that? Did you know that in the 80s, I was there? It's funny because, like, my generation, I'll admit this openly, that my generation is unreasonably annoyed by Gen Z. I'll admit it to you, and I know there's some Gen Z people here. You can tell because you're all fidgeting like fucking crackheads because you don't have your phones right now. I just need one TikTok, man. Let me just check a TikTok, man. I got these cheeseburgers. But everything that my generation doesn't like about you young people, that kid who answers questions and doesn't know he's answering them. What's your name, buddy? What? Khalid? Hey, Khalid. How old are you, Khalid? cell phone. That's our fault. We made the cell phone. They don't know what life is like without the internet. That's our fault. We made the internet. They're soft. They never got beaten by their parents. We are their parents. It was our job to whip their asses, and we failed. And I know I'm guilty of it, because before I had kids, I talked all kinds of shit. I was like, oh, watch, when I have kids. What did I have first? A daughter. No, never gonna hit my daughter. 13 years old, sweetest little girl in the world. I raised my voice at my daughter. I raised my voice at my daughter once, and then I cried right after. You know the worst part was? She consoled me. She was, it's okay, Daddy, you're a nice daddy. But if you think about it, every generation's ass whoopings got less and less and less to where it's at now. I remember my dad used to tell me how much better my ass whoopings were than the ones he got while he was whooping my ass. Oh, okay, this is all you're getting. You know your grandfather threw a leopard at me? What? Where'd he get a leopard from? It was India. They were everywhere. It's like, Dad, I've been to India 20 times. I never saw one leopard. That's because of your grandfather. Everything that's wrong with this generation is our fault. We did this to them, but they took it to another level, you know? We kind of set it up, and they just went extreme. Like, I'm from the generation that makes fun of you. When we meet you, my generation makes fun of you, we fuck with you, and that's how we check your temperature. Like, if you can deal with my bullshit, we could be friends. You know what I mean? But this younger generation, they do not get that at all, because they're so used to being fake. Like, everything about them is fake. You don't know how to be real anymore. Not you. Maybe you do. I don't know, Colin. You don't. I can tell you don't, because you raised your hand and put it down when I asked you what your hands. You know. Why not? I'm Colin. Everything is like your generation really doesn't understand the ball breaking. That's what we call it, Colin. We call it ball breaking. That's what guys do from my generation. Break balls, and that's how we know we're okay. In America, it's even worse. Like, I'll give you an example. I went to this store, right? I was buying a bunch of stuff, and I get to the cash to pay for it. And there's two young Gen Z fuckfaces working there, right? A guy and a girl, maybe 20, 21 years old, right? And the guy's ringing me up, and the girl's putting it in the bag. And some guy walks in to the store, and the guy ringing me up looks over and goes, oh my God, I haven't worked with him in a while. And then the girl goes, oh my God, Enos. And I go, what? She goes, that's his name, Enos. And I go, what's his sister's name? China? And I started laughing, right? Because this is fucking funny. That's why I started laughing. But apparently I laughed like a psychopath. Thinking that these kids are going to be pretty funny too, but then she went, he's really nice. I never said he wasn't nice. I just said say retarded. I say fucking retardation. I say it all. And I feel nothing. Well, you're gonna have to stop. I'm not gonna stop saying retard until you get the French to stop saying it. I was at the airport in Canada and my flight was delayed. And in English it said delayed. And in French it said en retard. And I laughed like a little schoolgirl. I couldn't wait to call my friend. Yo, you're gonna have to pick me up later. My flight's retarded. Shit, in the UAE, I grew up and it said proofing retard. It's literally in every drugstore. I bought it just to take home with me. Anything to declare, just this retard pills. So yeah, I'm not gonna stop saying retard. Well, you're gonna have to. I said, why? Why do I have to stop saying retard? Because it's offensive. I was like, to who? You're the one calling people this, not me. I'm calling everything but a handicapped person a retard. You call a handicapped person a retard, you're a piece of shit. And you can't say gay anymore. What? I have gay friends. I can't be like, yo, these are my gay friends. You can refer to gay people as gay, but you can't just go arbitrarily calling things gay anymore. This is fucking retarded, dude. This is the gayest thing I've ever heard in my life. What are you? So wait, I can't say gay or retard anymore? No. How am I supposed to talk to my brother? Every conversation is like, call me back, you retard, don't be gay. Click.
How am I
You
speeding?
gotta understand, I grew up in the 70s and 80s. Gay and retard is all we said. Gay was the best insult you could give a guy. Because it wasn't really offensive, it was more of a, you got me, you know. You would never call somebody gay if they were actually gay. But in the 70s, we didn't realize gay was a real thing. Like, in the 70s, like, nobody's really gay. I mean, we just didn't know it was like a genetic, you know, we didn't know it was genetic. It's not, he's gay, he's not gay. It's really gay. Like, you know, if you like, you know, buttholes, women have them too. You know what I mean? Like, just, you know, it's more than that, you know. How come they get so offended by everything? Every interview I do is like, Russell, you worry about cancel culture. I'm like, no, why not? Because these kids aren't looking at me. Except for Halakara over there, just... But they get offended easy, and that's my generation's fault too. And I'll tell you why it's our fault, because my generation started political correctness. But here's what young people don't understand. We started political correctness out of necessity. We didn't do it because we were bored. We did it because our parents' generation was insane. You gotta understand, my father, he was born in intense anxiety. Because it's not like now where it's just everywhere. Anybody in this room, don't do it, but anybody in this room, for no reason, pull out their phone and look at porn. Just like that, just boom, and then put it away. I don't know what you're thinking. Oh, not over here. Yeah, everybody has a VPN, you fuckers. I know what you do. I'm surprised ExpressVPN doesn't open up an office. The porn is just there. It's readily available. It's just there. Like, back in the 80s, it was not that easy. It was a different time. If you wanted to see porn in the 80s, you actually had to be a real pervert. Because you had to make a plan, a mental plan. Not now. You're like, oh, I think I'm making a boner. Back then, you would plan it. All right. Tonight, I'm gonna watch some more. I know what you're thinking. Why couldn't you just watch it anytime? Because in the 80s, you only had one TV and one VCR in the house. And it was in the living room downstairs. You couldn't just show up at 5:30 in the evening. Hey, Mom, Dad, you gonna watch the news? Or can I find out what Debbie's gonna do to Dallas? You had to make the plan. And here's what happened. You would go to bed, and you would lay awake in your own bed until like 2 in the morning. Wide awake, just... You'd wait for everybody to go to sleep. That's how demented we were. You'd wait, then you'd hear everybody snoring. You're like, no. And you'd reach beside the bed where you had the videotape, because you stashed it. And you sneak out of your room. You're sneaking around your own house like a perverted burglar with an erection. It's no good. Just... And you have these missions in front of you. It's not as simple as just going downstairs, putting on the tape, and bam, you're good to go. Oh, no. That would be too easy. First, you gotta sneak downstairs. First, you gotta wait. Then you gotta grab the tape. Now you gotta sneak downstairs. But you can't walk down the center of the stairs in case the stairs go weird. So you're gonna walk down the side of the stairs. videotaping a VCR in a quiet house is easily one of the loudest things you can do. You might as well just turn a blender on. Just so what you gotta do is you put the videotape to the mouth of the VCR, then you grab a pillow off the couch. And you push the tape in with the pillow. Because you need to smother the sound. You're like, shut the fuck up. And I know what you're thinking. Let the porn begin. No, Kyle, no. The movie doesn't just start like that. There's a test pattern that comes on the screen. And then the ever boner-killing FBI warning. Now you're paranoid. Who's watching me? And you don't even know about tracking. To you, tracking is you say Nike, and all the ads in your Instagram come up as Nike. Back in the day, tracking was the tape would start, and there'd be these lines across the screen. And just the titty would be shaking, like this. You're not even sure if it's a tit. Like, is that a nipple or a hubcap? I can't tell. Is it a car or a boob? I don't know. Fuck it, I'll take it. You don't know. You just don't know. So now you got this shaking boob on your screen like this. And unless you're into Parkinson's porn, this is not going to work for you. So now you got to walk over to the VCR, and there's a button called tracking that you have to hit plus or minus or wheel, whatever you had, until you get a steady tit, bam, now you're good to go. You live in a very different time. Like, you can go to Pornhub 100,000 different times. And in 100,000 different times of going to Pornhub, you may never repeat the same scene. That's how much porn there is now. Back in the day, we looked at the same tape for 4 years. We had to act like it was new every time. You put it on, you're like, hello, Ginger Lynn. I haven't seen you in a while. We had to improvise. Pornhub ruined everything for me. Let me tell you what Pornhub is. Here's what the problem with Pornhub is. Pornhub took away all the mystery. I know some of you are a little uncomfortable right now just hearing porn, but it's not going to get graphic. Don't worry. I know in your head you're going, this is haram. I don't want to hear it. It's just the words. It's nothing graphic. I want the women to stay with us on this one, right? Porn, here's what Pornhub is. Like, back in the 70s and 80s, porn movies had titles. And the titles were very subtle. You wouldn't even know it was a porn. That's how, like, here's a real porno title from the 70s. Behind the Green Door. What's behind the Green Door? I don't know. We better find out. Porno movies had titles. They were shot on film. You know where you had to go to see a porn movie back in the 70s? A movie theater. I wish there were some mothers in here who could tell us that they went. I know if I was old enough in the 70s, hell yeah, I would have gone to a porno movie theater. Would I have gotten popcorn? Probably not. That's a commitment right there. This is salty. I don't know what's wrong with this popcorn. This butter is sticky.
Navigation resumed.
Well, I'm gonna end the stream here. I'm gonna go live.